Hello friend, and welcome to the Vault of Midnight Manticore Paint Party. Everything we use in the video today can be found in your Manticore Paint Set box. Everything, that is, apart from this salt shaker and this utility knife. The salt shaker and sticky tack help to hold the mini while we're painting so our hands don't get too dirty. The utility knife will be used in just a minute to clean up the figure before we get started. Otherwise, the two paint sets, various washes, and plastic palette with mixing bowls all come standard in any paint set. Why don't we jump right in and get to cleaning? An optional first step is cleaning up some of the small manufacturing imperfections that may be in the way. This is a quick step for the more detail-oriented mini master. Once we've got our seams and edges nice and smooth, it's time to give this little creature a nice sepia bath. We are looking for complete coverage with this color. The purpose is to give the figure a nice, rich base moving forward. We will cover this layer several more times before we are done, so it doesn't need to be perfect, just a good, even coverage before we move on. As we finish up getting into those tail creases, you can see our finished sepia wash. Again, this is far from the finished product, so we are just looking for solid coverage here, nothing fancy. Next up, we are going to take the off-white and do a round of dry washing. Where the sepia wash helped get into all the dark low-light shadows, this wash is going to help the highlights really pop, allowing some really cool depth in the finished product. For this wash, we are just trying to hit some of the higher points on the figure. No need for full coverage this time. This is where we start to build the layers that really give your miniature life. And here you can see the complete off-white dry wash. Once we finish that layer up, you can really start to see how the high and low lights begin to affect the paint. All of these folds and creases in the wings really start to become more defined. Okay, washes are over. Now it's time to start really breathing some life into our creation and start personalizing. For the skin of our wings, we decided to go with one of our darker browns, the heavy sienna, for a more leathery, worn look. This Manticore has definitely seen some long flights in its day. Moving right along, we are going to mix up some filthy brown and some dwarf skin to make a unique flesh tone for our little tyke. Feel free to mix up any and every color combination here. There are no right or wrong answers. Once we've got this flesh color, we are going to give some flavor to our wing, arm, joint ridges. You can also make these the same color as your wings, if you like, or you can make both an entirely different color combination. That is one of the best parts of painting your own miniatures, and it's deciding what your world's going to look like. And now we can see what our wings are looking like. And as we further the painting process, let's look at some heavy ochre paired with a nice out-of-frame heavy sienna. There we go. Hopefully these together will give our Manticore a nice weathered, aged look. And here is the final product next to our wing skin. Well, I'd say that looks pretty perfect. We'll go ahead and apply a nice even coat over the body of our Manticore. Anything that's not the wings and the tail, we'll come back to hit the tail with another color. Here's what our fur is looking like after our wash. Not bad. And now it is time to tackle that tail. We'll start with the dwarf skin mixture we used on the wing arm joint ridges, and we'll give this a nice base coat. We will come back over with our bone paint once this dries and hit some of these spikes. After we have finished up the tail, we can take some of the pure filthy brown color and get to the main event. We are going to get in there all nice and deep like into those numerous nooks and countless crannies. Really let it seep in there. We want this Manticore looking its best while it is terrorizing the locals. It's looking good, but it's not looking scary. Let's see if we can fix that with a nice bone white and pale yellow combination to try and give us a sickly weathered bone look. We'll be going over our tail spikes and some of the main spikes with this. This is going to be another great opportunity for you to make this creation your own. You get to decide which spikes are exposed, how weathered they are, and if they're still covered in skin or fur. There is no right or wrong when it comes to painting miniatures, because at the end of the day, it's whatever you want it to be. Once we give these claws a once-over with our bone mixture, we'll take this white and hit some of the bone spikes coming out of the mane as well. See, now he's looking a little more fearsome. Moving right along, we are going to mix our cadmium skin and dwarf skin together for the face, but again, another point where you can choose any color combination you like. And here we are, almost done, and it's looking pretty good. We threw a little bit of white on these teeth here as well because, as we all know, dental hygiene is important even for scorpion, lion, human beasts. Before we add the final touches, let's throw a quick flesh wash onto these wings just to weather those joints up a little bit more. And as we're finishing up, we're going to go a step further with the customization for this one. We are going to add some tiger-style stripes along the body of our beastie. Remember, it's all fantasy, so there are no rules here. Stretch your wings and have some fun making your Manticore unique to you. Once that's done, you guessed it, it's bath time again. We are going to liberally coat this mean Manticore with another flesh wash to get into those creases and really add a final level of depth. And there you have it, folks. Your very own personal nightmare hybrid creature. I think we'll name him Corey. Well, Corey, thank the nice people for hanging out with us. Also, thank you to Ezra for painting our cute little creature, and thanks to you for tuning in and painting along, everyone. Whether your Manticore is leopard spotted and candy tailed or bare skinned and blood soaked, just have fun with it. If you like what you come up with, go ahead and throw it onto Instagram and tag Vault of Midnight and we'll give you a shout out. And make sure you subscribe here on YouTube because this is just the first of many paint nights. Next up, we'll be joining Curtis as he paints something a little more gruesome. Thanks for stopping by. Stay safe, stay happy. And remember, there are no mistakes, just happy little monsters.